video. Trees. There's trees there. Gotta watch out for that. I don't want to get to my client too early. Okay, the flies are staying out there. I'm going to be bit up, sore, and bleeding within like the next hour or so, or the next half hour or so, for the next couple of hours, next 5 hours of fighting flies. So I just want this tranquil time for my mental health of getting ready to be angry at flies. Like you got to psych yourself out to be properly angry at flies, because you know sometimes you're there and it's like you get bit by flies and you see one and you see them coming at you and you can punch them right in the face and it makes you feel good. Use that fire. Use that fire. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna sit here and in fear of going out there, because I can guarantee you the mosquitoes here and the flies here are going to be horrendous today. But look at how green everything is. Eh? A bit of heat and a bit of rain like that, like those short little showers, I think do better than anything, because it keeps everything soaking wet, but it doesn't wash all the nutrients away. Like this is like, for May, this is really thick foliage. So my whippersnipper, I think, is going to be getting a real workout this summer if this is how thick it is now. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, so I do have a plan for the chainsaw, but it's going to be a little bit later, July, maybe August. It will happen, and when it happens, boy, I mean, you never know. Tree Kong could possibly make a return. Depends on how Gary's feeling. He's not doing well these days. Like he worked in a factory, right? And his boots, from years of walking on like the concrete floors, you know, especially the old work boots, they were junk, right? The shock that went through ruined the nerves in the bottom of his feet, right? So his ankles are always sore. Like he can barely walk. Like it takes him like 5 minutes just to get up and stuff like that. So, and then plus he's got carpal tunnel and all that stuff too. So it's like, yeah, I don't know if he's going to be working on the saw anytime soon. I never pressure the man to do something like that. But if he did get it going, and the price was right, and whatever, I'd have to have the saw for at least a couple of weeks, at least 2 weeks of using it to you know, make that kind of you know, investment. Like, 'cause it was about $400. Excuse me, that he wanted. And $400 is a lot of money for a guy like me, right? And it's not $400 that he's getting cash, it's $400 in labor that he's getting, right? So you know, barter and trade. So which is 6 of one, half dozen. Whether you work for the saw or you work and pay for the saw cash, it's the same work, right? And I'm okay with that. You know, I can't do that all the time because I do need money to live, right? But if I had Tree Kong today, if I had him today, if Gary said, "Oh, Reg, come pick up the saw, come get that saw today, hang on to it for as long as you need to, work it off," and I got it and it was going good, just today alone, there's probably, I could work a 16-hour day, 24-hour day, just trying to catch up on all the trees that a big saw already has its name on. There's a whole bunch of trees here. There's probably about 2 hours of work just of the trees that are down that I got to cut up with a big saw here. There's probably a month's worth of work at it. You know what I mean? So not having that saw, I'm losing money in a sense. You know what I mean? And then not to mention, once I get a saw and people know you have a big saw, they're like, "Oh, come and can you cut this tree that's hanging over my driveway? Blah blah blah. Can you cut this one that's snapped half down?" So yeah, it's coming. You know, it is definitely coming. But that and the pole arm saw, I think, is going to be 2 really good investments. And then one more little saw for sure. I like to have 3 of everything. You know, maybe 1 pole arm saw, but 3 big saws, 3 little saws, or like a bit, you know, 3 small saws, because I use them probably the most. Have a pole arm saw, then have the middle saw, you know, a medium, middle, and a heavy. You know what I mean? And you'll probably use the heavy saw the least, but when you need it, you need it. So anyway, that's yeah, that's me talking saws again. But I did see a buddy wrapping 3 beaky flappers today. Beaky flappers. Okay, guys.